Hey all, this is Tia, one of the hosts of Working Class Music, and before we get started with today's episode, I just wanted to take a moment and ask a favor from you guys, if I could, to make a long story short, but as transparent as possible. My younger brother, Sean, was hospitalized because he had a series of seizures pretty close together, and it just was coming back to back, and we still don't have any answers as to why just yet. Within that time period, him and his wife have both lost their jobs, and my sister and I are wanting to help them out. So my sister set up a GoFundMe with my sister-in-law to just try to help them get back onto their feet. And if you could donate to GoFundMe, we will have a link below. If you can't donate, I would appreciate it if you could share it. Just the more eyes that are on it, the more likely we are to hit that goal, and the sooner my brother and his wife can go back to some version of normal for them. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out, and I guess back to the episode.
All right. But Tia's Iron Man suit, Mach 1.
Does that make me a Hulk? Because I'm
No,
always
it makes
ashy.
you War Machine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like imagining like us just recasting Jason and not mentioning it. Like you go from Terrence to Cheadle and it's just...
That's a big jump.
It is!
That's a big...
Like physical appearance wise, like just build wise.
I actually thought they were going to
different
explain that in Secret Invasion. I was like, okay, there's a chance for them to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
Nope. But anyways, hey, welcome to Working Class Music. Enough about the MCU. You are here for... I'm Jason.
I'm Tia.
And on today's episode, Tia should take this one.
Ooh, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the past year, I have been putting together a bit of a secret build, if you will. Not so secret build. I've just not posted it on the internet. That's it. That's how you keep a secret.
Yep.
With that being said,
Behold this thing!
The bridge looks interesting because I see the brass saddles.
starting with the neck, it is Baguli, company in Germany. This neck I did buy secondhand directly from the man himself, so I did not exactly pay full price for anything here. It is a Strat style neck. The body is from Rosser Guitars. I picked it up on eBay for like less than $200. The pickups were gifted from Jason. The bridge, it's just, I got impatient and money was also getting thinner. So it is a Wilkinson bridge from Amazon. Same thing with the guts. It's like a bit of a Frankencaster, if you will. It's the result of some spare parts and a lot of free time. This is Mark 1 because after I've put this together, there are just some small things that I want to change. One of them being a Bentonite saddle. This is fine, but it cuts up my hand. You will see why that upgrade is coming, and it's so good. It's so good.
So as far as tele style configuration, is it a 3-way or a 4-way configuration?
It's 3.
Okay.
So this was my first build. This was a lot of trial and error because I don't really know what I'm doing. So we kept this simple. We kept it simple. I figured like what is a guitar that would survive the apocalypse? It would be a Tele. I like Teles, but the bodies are kind of boring, so we had to. We had to.
I don't remember. I know they're porters.
Yeah.
They are porters.
They're the Porter Vintage.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they're quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What inspired you to build this?
I don't want to just say boredom, but it was one of those things like you can only buy so much, if that makes sense. Like I'm someone who has bought, sold, trade, done that whole thing for years at this point. I've gotten some interesting things, but I've never built anything. I wanted to kind of come in from a different perspective and thinking that maybe, I'm not saying that I'll love something a bit more or that I'll bond with something more because I built it. I don't know. I like to think I'm a creative type. I wanted to do something with my hands. I wanted to have something that I can like physically hold on to, and it just made the most sense. Just
a quick aside, I actually do think that if you build something, you do bond with it a bit more. The only reason I say that is in my American Professional 2 Jazzmaster that I put together
Yep.
myself, that to me is my favorite playing jazz master.
There is definitely something to that. With that being said, I, not to get sad, went through a little bout of depression, wanted to get out of that. So I figured it's nice to have a goal. It's nice to have just something to look forward to. And for me, it was kind of like a build. At the end of it, I'm more inspired to pick up and play guitar. And that's what I want to do.
Sweet.
Hooray for a depression build.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let us know what you do to cure your depression in the comments.
I guess Legos would be cheaper, but I think this is cooler.
Would it though? Legos are getting expensive.
They are.
Dude, are you kidding me?
I mean,
How many Lego sets is this guitar worth?
Oh, I do.
well, I guess on to the sounds.
Yeah. Every time it's like a new challenger has appeared. How can I make that, and don't take this the wrong way, like normal?
What do you mean as far as delay
Like,
goes?
I just want like the most basic of delays. Okay, so that was all three. Neck, both, bridge. I like how it sounds like it's like through like a little 1950s radio.
Yeah. Oh god, the neck is more heavy than I thought.
It's aluminium.
I've been rolling around. Ready, am I going?
Yeah.
Oh crap. Alright, clean tone. Just one.
Just had to make sure it cut, huh?
Just had to make sure. All right, I'm done. Oh crap.
Pop out?
Yeah,
It's okay.
What'd you do?
I'm just gonna hand this back to you.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, I'm learning, you know? Don't be too harsh. I think for my first build,
Gentle with it.
We're back from the sounds. I feel like you should be saying this because you've had more time with it than I am. Just like, hey, Tia, what's your first impression?
I mean, I f***ing made it. I've
Yeah.
had the most time.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things. It sounds weird, but I like hearing it better when you play it. But with that being said, this is a Mach 1. There was a lot of trial and error. I see what I like and what can be worked on, what can be improved. So as far as like a first build guitar, I think it's pretty sick. I mean, how many people can say that their first build was with like an aluminum neck? That in itself, pretty f***ing cool. I've always thought that they look cool. It was at a decent price, so I moved on it. Do not sleep on the second-hand market, just saying.
Just out of curiosity, all in, price-wise, how much are you at?
Ooh, great question. Let's pull out the old calculator. All right, so the most expensive thing was the neck. I'm gonna round up to about $680, because I remember it was below $700. The body will just round up to $200. Pickups were gifted. I already had the strap locks. They'd been sitting in a box for years. The bridge was about $20. So altogether about $910.
That's not bad.
So under $1,000, I built this for under $1,000.
That's pretty fucking good. I wasn't expecting that price. I was expecting like $400 more.
Not a lot of people know this. I'm kind of frugal, if you will. I like to really save my pennies until I want to buy something, and I saved up until I bought the neck. Then, you know, kind of rinse, repeat, same thing, more parts, put it together, and boom. So yeah, we got version 1. Version 2 will be coming, I don't know, in another 6 months, maybe.
Maybe.
Depending on how soon I can get these extra parts.
Should we keep it a surprise, or is there certain things you'd want to tease from Mark II?
No, it's gonna be a complete surprise.
Okay.
V2 gonna be something completely different, as much as I can. It's still gonna be based around this neck, but something else is coming.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I guess down in the comments below, if you could, I'm sorry, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't even get it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so used to going second. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're fine.
Yeah, Jason, how did you feel?
See, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of aluminum necks.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I legit
Really?
did not know that. Yeah.
I was gonna
I don't
say-
think we'd ever talked about it on the show.
I want to say
Have
there
we
was
ever
one-
mentioned this?
I mean, maybe it was an episode with Xander.
Yeah, I want to say, yeah. I think it probably was.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not the biggest fan of aluminum necks. However, that one did feel comfortable. I love how it sounds. It has a jangle that is not typical of a P90 and is somewhere between like a P90 and an offset jangle. Like, I admittedly never was one of those persons that believe that the neck affects the tone.
Oh no, are you saying that you're anti-neckwood?
Yeah. However,
Are you seeing the light?
yeah, you can actually hear the difference because,
Yeah.
like, in the bridge position, that's where the metallicness really came through on the
yeah.
neck. And I was pleasantly surprised because for me, this was just like, oh, this is what an aluminium neck does tonally. So I really, really like that. Of course, offset shape, I'm going to love. Pickups, I love. The control plate, I love.
Nice and simple.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
nice and simple. I don't really have any negatives because the only things that it boils down to is preference. And, you know, it's not,
It's not your preference.
yeah, it's not my preference. I can't really fault it for that because it's set up for you.
That's fair. Yeah, you're not going to yuck my yum, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got as far as my thoughts go. So,
Hypothetically, if this were your build, what would be different?
if it were my build, I would probably copy you with an all rosewood neck. Finish would be different. I think my favorite Fender finish is Mocha Burst, the metallic Mocha Burst.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, it would be a Jazzmaster build. It would be a typical Jazzmaster build because that's my go-to. However, I would probably put in there the Cunifay Cobalt Jazzmaster pickups. So yeah, that would be my build.
I like that. Something about the image of like an all rosewood neck with that mocha burst, like
Yeah.
with the body. Like I'm imagining, I don't know why, maybe it's because it's just fresh in my brain, but it's reminding me of like the George Harrison Telly. That kind of coffee, like smoothness, that chocolatey kind of like look to it. Like that's a good image.
If you're
I like
curious
that.
about the George Harrison Telly, Landon Bailey actually has a couple videos on it.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, in the comments down below, based off of this build, and maybe even based off of what Jason's just kind of spitballing build was, what would your build look like? What parts would you include? What would you not include, and why?
And with that said, like, subscribe, comment, Patreon, merch,
All the things.
all the things.
You know what to do.
Yep. Laters.
Adios.
Everybody supersonic racing. Try to keep your feet right on the ground. When you're supersonic racing, there's no time to look around. We're just supersonic racing, running to the point of no return. Everybody's supersonic racing.
Bagley.
Bagley, bagly, boogly, bagly, boggly, boogly, woogie boogie.
Free googly moogly.
I'm sure like 3 of those were slurs, right?